Our nominees are Gina Andriolo, Bob Canobio, Dr. Margaret Goodman, Randy Gordon, and John Shepard. Those are our nominees. Here now to present the Barney Nagler Award for long and meritorious service is Tom Hauser to make the presentation to Dr. Margaret Goodman.
A lot of people in boxing talk the talk about fighter safety, but very few people actually walk the walk. For 3 decades, Margaret Goodman has walked the walk. During her years with the Nevada State Athletic Commission, she pursued a series of reforms that served as a model for promoting the health and safety of fighters nationwide. Then she founded VADA, dedicated her time and her own financial resources to create the most honest, comprehensive, performance-enhancing drug testing in boxing today. The fighters whose lives are at stake know the truth. Fighters who want honest drug testing turn to Margaret. 12 years ago, the Boxing Writers Association of America honored Margaret Goodman and her life partner, Flip Hamansky, with the James A. Farley Award for honesty and integrity. Tonight, we ennoble the sport of boxing by presenting Dr. Goodman with a Barney Nagler Award for long and meritorious service to boxing.
I only have one thing to say.
What?
Why the hell did it take so long? I want to thank the Boxing Writers Association for this. It really means more than I can say. And after being in this sport for so long, much longer than many people would like me to be in this sport, I can tell you that a lot of it depends on the media and on the writers that spend their day after day not making much money to really tell the truth. And that's why there's been change. You know, for so long I was told there's nothing you can do to improve boxing. Boxing is going to be the same no matter what you do. But because of all of you writing the things that you do and being fearless at times to write the things that you do, there have been changes. You know, I know he didn't want me to mention him and he's going to get pissed off, Dr. Homansky. But as my mentor many years ago, 20 years ago, sat before a commission and pleaded with them to tell them that performance-enhancing drugs were a problem in our sport. Vlad has talked about this numerous times. And finally, we're making a dent in this problem. The one thing that I think it's accomplished most through the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association is uniformity. When we had a couple fighters that tested positive, people told me, prominent people in the sport, no one's ever going to do this again. No one wants to hear about performance-enhancing drugs. And that's not what really happened. Fighters ran to us. We were getting call after call that fighters wanted to participate. They wanted to demonstrate that they were clean. Some of them because they wanted their opponents to be clean, but many of them because they wanted to show that they were doing this fairly and that they wanted to prove that boxing was above it all. You're never going to get rid of performance-enhancing drugs in any sport, but I think that we're really trying to make a dent. And it's not so much in the testing, it's in the education. One thing, if I can tell you, the most important thing I've learned from doing this is we talk to the fighters about drug testing when they're tested. They see the whole process from beginning to end. And fighters call us constantly, and we give them the opportunity to call and ask questions about what, is this supplement something that I could even try? Is this a drug that I should take? Is this something that's going to hurt my liver as time goes on? So I think if anything, it's giving the fighters the ability to speak out and learn for themselves. Because if anything, I think Bernard can probably tell us and Vlad can tell us, they took such responsibility for their own career. And that's one thing that made them great. And it's one thing that I think all fighters should aspire to. So I want to thank you. This is a great honor for me, but there's a lot more that we need to do. And if all of you keep plodding along and talking about the truth of what's going on so that we can protect these fighters even more, things will continue to improve. Thank you so much.